We are on a mission. Double Mythic incoming and no sleep today until we reach it. We're at Diamond 3. That doesn't sound that hard, but it's getting harder because opponents are more skilled. We need 7 wins. If we straight up 7 wins, but obviously a loss gets you even, right? So we need a 70-80% run. And then I can finally go back to limited. Although, honestly, constructed is so good right now. Like standard, you face so many different decks on the leaderboard. It's crazy. Like I know people are saying lessons, 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 but I gotta show you something. Also, I'm peaking, I think. I'm too loud. My mic is too loud. What am I doing? I'm showing you something. Research, science. I want to show you how the meta looks like. It's really not lessons. I mean, there is a lot of lessons, but look at this. We're 79%. And this is kind of deep in diamond now. This is no joke. The deck is real. But this is the meta. Reanimator is what we play the most. And we're 7-1 versus it. Lessons or Izzet decks, like not all were lessons, but most were lessons. Still good. Still got good percentage, 86. So that's a good sign. What you don't want to face with the deck I'm gonna just show you right now. I mean, some that we're watching know already what we're gonna play. You don't want to face control. I know we beat 2, but it's a rough matchup. I don't think it's a great matchup. And you don't want to face Ouroboros decks. I think those are also pretty bad, even though we play an Ouroboros decks, but others are optimizing that better. But they don't have card advantage and stuff like that. Like Roots, for instance. Roots is a terrible matchup. Okay, I cleaned the deck a little bit. It's way more straightforward now. We have way more 4-offs. The plan is simple. Ramp and beatdown, or a combination of both. We have our Lano or Elves Cups ramping into these 4 drops. Legend of Ruku generates card advantage. Ouroboros, everybody knows what it does. The other part of the deck is more or less cards that make opponents' removal extremely awkward. Curator doesn't die to a shock, and it exiles the lesson. So for instance, a 2-mana lesson, if you have enough mana, cannot reach it often. Curator is really good, and this is one of the reasons why I run Gruul over Golgari or over Celestia, because the mana is so much better. You need double green. And I do think Curator is better than Ooze for the reason that you can just slam it on 2. It often just doesn't die or trades equally for the mana. And then also Ooze versus Lessons, this eats more versus Lessons. And obviously a card like that will be good versus Reanimator. So you see where the kind of percentages come from. Reanimator is a good matchup for us because of accidental graveyard hate, and there is more in the sideboard. Sentinel doesn't die to Torch. It dies to the 2 mana 4 damage, but you can play around that sometimes. You can just crack a map when you have 4 mana. And everything is relatively cheap. Then timed Ouroboros, it can run away with the game pretty easily. Tyver, I have it as a one-off. Could go, like these are interchangeable cards. But Tyver is really great in matchups where Cup survives. Because you then just get the mana on turn 4 and can pump the board and nothing can get blocked. We're gonna talk about Legend later. Removal is something I've been going back and forth with. I think you want cheap removal. It deals with Gran. It's actually quite awkward versus Izzet and Reanimator, but it's good, still good versus other green decks with Badger Mole Cup. And it does go face, and sometimes you can kick it because you have a lot of mana. Braids are great versus Lessons on the other hand, and great versus other Izzet decks because 3 damage and destroys a monument. One-off Snakeskin Whale is interchangeable. I just like it as a flex slot. What Whale does well in this deck is you can protect Curator versus certain matchups or time up Ouroboros with a protection up because you have a lot of mana. I find it to be awkward because sometimes you don't have time, but I think the upside is high. Could be something else. Could be another removal. Another one of these, or could be like a Chandra or something, or another Tyver. Okay, last card, and the reason why we play Red is Legend of Ruko. I do think it's not the greatest versus Reanimator, and actually kinda replaceable versus Lessons, but versus everything else. Like all the black decks, blue-black. This card is insane. Like blue-black, for blue-black, it's really hard to beat Legend of Ruko. Roku, yeah. my English bat. So I've been quite impressed by it, and it's not like you're unhappy playing it versus Lessons. Lessons is still a control deck. Card advantage does help. Sideboard. We have to pick your poison. Good versus Lessons because enchantments, artifacts. Good versus Riddler. Actually pretty good versus control. Some versions of control because they have the dragons. Lanterns versus graveyard decks. Lessons. What's the other deck? Reanimator, stuff like that. Lantern is actually really huge in this meta. I'm considering even playing the fourth one. Additional removal, Lizards versus Izzet decks. One of the good side effects of playing red. Lizard versus Izzet is quite annoying. It's cheap enough, it's hard for them to deal with, and they cannot just go off with their card draw and combos without dealing with it. Just I like additional 4 damage mostly against blue-black, and this one exiles. That's why it's that one over another demonstration. Tywer, I've been back and forth on, is specifically good versus Reanimator because they cannot kill it really because you can protect it with Indestructible, and it makes they either need to chump the ability or finishes the game really fast. You don't want to give Reanimator too much time. And it's good versus controls, Mass Removal, Day of Judgment, and Ultima. So I'm keeping it in, but it could be interchangeable. It's not great versus Lessons, I think. It's not great versus other matchups. But those two specific matchups, I like the configuration with it. I would want to play another Chandra, and I think I should play another Chandra versus Vivian, because that improves your control matchup versus Mass Removal spells. Additional removal, mostly because the 4/5 dragon is a pain sometimes. The warp dragon. And you can bring this in versus, I don't know, preachers still and 4 toughness creatures. Yeah, control is hard. I think we need another Chandra. I mean, it's always close, but if you have Chandra in between, it feels like it's beatable if you don't. I'm playing one Vivian. People talked me into it, playing it versus Lessons. But I actually don't think it's great versus Lesson, or it's not needed versus Lessons. But it's super good versus Mono White. And some random matchups that you wouldn't expect, even versus Control, but Chandra is probably better versus Control. Let's change it. Let's play Chandra. Let's try hard. We need to reach Mythic. Man, this is we're not keeping these. I learned to mulligan most of the one-landers with this deck. It's usually better, even though those keeps are really tempting. Torching the Elf, Bolt the Bird. Bolt the Bird, but we're still sort of curving out. And I think also Lessons in theory. I mean, Lessons I think are probably a better matchup than other Izzet decks. Because Izzet can curve out on you with annoying threats. How many counterspell do people... They don't play counterspell in these decks, right? Lessons play maybe one. Yeah, this is either Tempo or the looting version. I think all of the Izzet decks are really good right now. I think I prefer actually Prowess. Prowess Prowess, I mean, it's hard to tune it. It's so resilient, like it doesn't really fall to graveyard hate. Okay. I mean, they're on 2 cards. They're on 2 cards here. Yeah, it seems like looting has usually more removal. That is true. Music is fine. I mean, at one point I can just wipe, not talk anymore. So here's interesting. Here is interesting because this... What do they have? I mean, if they don't have removal, but it's probably just Legend of Ruku here. Next turn Riddler, but they would have played it for 2. I'll just Legend here. Seems like every other one is weaker to removal. Oh, that was a whiff. But fine, I mean, it will transform eventually. I think we can spend the mana here if we have extra mana, otherwise we let them fade. They cannot really play much out here. Other than Riddler. Yeah, I'll just double threat. Doesn't really make a difference which direction we go here. Or which first. And they played so much removal that this might be game. If Ouroboros sticks. It might be just lands. I mean, they kept maybe 4 removals, which is reasonable. Didn't draw any card advantage. Wow, okay. So now we're probably pretty safe to just pump the Ouroboros. If hopefully that goes through. Goes through, I'll just keep it, whatever, it's a threat. Okay. A little bit lucky because opponent didn't draw anything, but it's also sort of a sketchy keep. A lot of decks don't care about that much removal. You want to be proactive in this format more often than not. I don't think this is a Lantern matchup. It is a Lizard matchup. Although Lizard is a little bit worse versus Looting. But they still have the Boomerang talent combo, so it's probably worth it. And it's really hard to deal with it. Tywar could usually go just because... The issue with Tywar in this matchup is they deal with everything else. So then Tywar only attacks for 6. Or you don't have a creature to tap down. So Snakeskin Whale on the draw is worse. And these are... If it's Looting, these are way worse than... What's the deck? Prowess. Or Lessons, like Gran is something you can target. And then this is questionable. Do we want it versus Riddlers or do we just ignore Riddlers because they are slow? Dealing with talent actually matters because of Boomerang. Oh, and I think there's another fly, a Duelist as well. So it's probably good. Let's assume it's Looting. It could be Prowess, but we haven't seen much. And Legend is on the draw. Maybe one can go. Everything else is fine, I think. Okay, these can also go. Because they probably board in some number of... Although they haven't seen many 1 toughness stuff. I'm gonna go that and keep Legends and play 1 Tywar just so we have more threats. I didn't really play versus many Lootings. I played versus mostly Prowess and Lessons. As far as Izzet goes. Usually the hands with more threats are better. But this does deal with like Duelists and stuff. We have a problem if they go Talent, I think. And this has sometimes a high upside if they go Boomerang Talent. I think I'll keep, but might be wrong. We're also getting 2 more draws before anything really matters. Okay, there's Talent. So if they go Boomerang, we can deal with both tokens. Which is somewhat good. Just go green. It doesn't matter that much. No, I don't think Chandra is great. They can attack it too easily. They also don't have mass removal. Chandra is really good versus mass removal. Because of a hasting threat and then vehicles often survive. Or if they don't, the Chandra survives. Not just abrade that because it's an annoying card. And then we have this into that. Like Duelists can deal insane amount of damage in Looting. But yeah, this was a sketchy keep. In my opinion, versus them. Because usually the threat heavy hands perform way better. While they're playing versus that. That makes some sense. I mean, this is a popular card. I think we just Paw Patch over that. Because even if they have that, it's just a 1-for-1. Cup is so weak. Where's the spot removal here? Maybe they boarded in counter spells. Oh, that one they play. Okay. They play like 2 off, get out, or maybe 3. That's fine, I mean. Everything else can get countered. I mean, now I also see why they didn't play that out. So it might be still that they will play it out. Maybe they just don't play around that. They haven't seen it, have they? Because then we have that into... Yep. Although Borrow it is still nice, but I think it's still... We want to deal with that. They're pressuring. Oh, why is it always tapping that one down? It doesn't really matter that much, but it kinda does. Sometimes it does. But I shouldn't trust auto tapper. pretty easy to lose to some prowess creatures versus these decks, and this gets better and stuff like that. Man, lizards would be good. This card is actually really good versus us. Something that also makes looting better versus our deck than Lessons. Okay. Okay. So I can go to 12, Ouroboros it. Or I can set up a better Ouroboros turn, but I think pressuring here is really important so they cannot drop the Riddler. Daisy, what's up? What's up? I'm doing okay. I'm really excited playing Standard. We're so close to Mythic. And it's such a great format right now. I think the Izzet is really strong, by the way. Lessons are good, but they're not quite as oppressive as Vivid Cauldron. So it is you can play other decks and be successful. Yeah, I cannot give it up, and it's really doing well. Okay, that's great. They're searching on when they're not drawing two. Like Riddlers are actually sometimes such a liability if you draw multiples. That sequence is pretty good. So they need a bounce probably here for 1 mana. Or a 4 damage spell like this, for instance. Yep, or that. So that played out pretty well for them. Because bounces, then if we do it here, is just too devastating. I'd rather have a bigger board. You mean this versus Reanimator or played with Reanimator? I think Reanimator is a really strong deck. But we have a really good matchup versus this. I'm like 7-1 versus Reanimator or something like that. But because of like Curators main and Lanterns and stuff. But I think Reanimator is such a solid choice in this meta. Because it's so resilient also. I mean, we have seven hate cards versus it, and it's still kind of hard often. This would be then an 8, but it's better here probably. So we spread it out. Let's find those 3. Also, like, attacking with all 3, but I don't want, like, they can just take it and then have, like, a maybe kill or something. So, attack with these 2. I think we still need to use that. Oh, there's a creature. Oh, true. They have this already in the yard. Also, like, we nerfed the fear, so it might not even be a problem. That's insane. I mean, Creator is such a house. I'd rather... Man, imagine this going face. Well, we're 1 short either way. I mean, we could nerf Delirium if you want to, so it's like actually questionable what's better. I think we pass. Can they protect their stuff? I mean to do it then pre-combat. Maybe I should have gone for the Boomerang, even though the other one deals with... Yeah, I mean... But they have another one. Okay, so they're going there. See many decks running a lot of counter spells. This will go here. Still fair, right? Just safer. I mean, now they can't get Boomerang back. So they need to draw a Boomerang to deal with Curator. Have a land still. For life is a little bit awkward because these only attack for 3. Okay, so there is the 3rd Boomerang. We have options. We can just attack or make this thing and then play everything out, or make a land a token. I mean, like a land a 3/3. Try to crack that, but land has a bad attack if we whiff. So I think it's better to just do this. Attack and play the hand out. Hope we don't die. Because we need to also overcome Riddlers now. So this, that's the right, well, it's not the right tapping arena. It's never the right tapping. Oh, here. They might have one haster. Sometimes they play the 3/3 that discards. So I can crack that to... Because I think we want the biggest board possible. Make this a 4. Or not make it a 4. And we have that as well. So we just need to survive. 7. Only once each turn also. I mean, these are fine. They tax their mana. And they disappear. Ooh. Oh, wait. I fucked up. Oh my god. No, they would still lose. We would still lose. It was 9. Couldn't do anything versus that. Maybe I needed to deal with this earlier. Or... Yikes, yeah. But maybe the last turns a braid was bad. Maybe, I don't know. In hindsight, obviously. I mean, in hindsight, this looks really like something I could have controlled, but I think I'm gonna go 3 elves, 2 recruits, because recruit can be good. You just don't want too many one toughness stuff, and then these are actually interesting, but I don't think you want to go too heavy on interaction. You want to go more proactive. I thought we had it, and we could maybe had it. Good hand. Need another rat. A good player would have won that game. That's what feels bad. But we learned. So they have a lot of flyers. I don't think we could pick here, but I mean, maybe we should pick here because it's just efficient. And we still have a duelist we can deal with. Sure. Looting is just harder. Oh. Has to be legend here, but I don't like that they are attacking for free. So you can play both if they don't deal with an elf, otherwise one. Okay, they have an answer. Man, this one freaking token is gonna solo or what? I think we kinda have to, and then go to 12, play elf. We can get a land, so maybe we will need to pay the life. Oh, Lizzies, 2 Lizzies for next turn. A little bit late, because if we had a Lizzie here, that would be so insane. They played so many spells. But we get a 4/4/2 Lizzies with a potential Abrade up or even that. That feels pretty good. They're missing land drops. I'm blocking. I cannot Abrade then. I wanna Abrade that. But that's 2 life. 2 more life. We go to 11. No, we gotta take it. Okay, we don't need to take life though. Oh, maybe I could have blocked. So this first, I think this is too important to deal with. They also loot. And then 2 Lizzies. Seems pretty good. I don't think this is beatable from their standpoint. I would say red here. We don't need to play a single spell out. Only creatures. Non-creature spell we don't need to play. Yeah. That's 4 damage. By the way, we're getting another one. It's their legendaries, but they cannot beat the firebending. I'll just play both. Lizzies! I mean, they were mana screwed, and I played poorly game 2, but we got there. The worst player won. Diamond 2. Yeah, Lizzie is insane versus Izzet. Okay, if elves stick, I feel pretty comfy. I would say that's Reanimator, but it could be Otters or Simic. Although Simic wants untap lands. If I was certain that that was Reanimator, maybe that was correct to keep up, but okay. Funny. Depends what they have to ditch. Because we could keep 2 Aberrates to deal with Arden when it comes down. So maybe just... Maybe just run the Senti out. And go as aggro as possible. I hope they don't have the big demon. I mean, they still need to get all their pieces, but yeah. That one is tricky. Pretty good for next turn. But we might need this up. Because if we ditch it, we can get closer to Curator, and that's a guarantee win. And in the yard, it plays around the big demon to some degree. Do we have lethal next turn if I keep it? I mean, we could if these hit, so it's like a little bit... Wow, that's such a gamble. I'm gonna ditch it. Because the Curator just wins if we get it before they play their they're not the Saga, the Spider-Man card. No, they have it, they have it. Okay, but the braids actually work because they didn't ditch. They can still ditch the demon. Hope they don't. Don't ditch the demon, don't ditch the demon. Wait. No, that's not that bad. That is not that bad. Okay, we need both braids up. And then they cannot play that really, right? I can still Badger here. Can I still Badger? Does it matter? 3, we have 4 mana, which is a stop here. I'm gonna full control because I'm paranoid. Then we just deal with it, right? No. Let's go. First game, if you get first game, that gets easier because then you have these. That's it. You have these. No, we have more. We can cut all, maybe not all burst lightning because they can deal with the demons sometimes, like we did now. 5 mana is good enough sometimes. We have that. We have lanterns. I like Whale because the removal is really clunky, and sometimes you just need more damage for just to get an extra pump. Like pick your poison. Sometimes is good. Sometimes is bad. Maybe just frenzy. And okay, these are kinda don't need all of them. So then it's either 2 of these or 2 pick up your poison. It's not really that close. Usually you deal damage like that. So, but they have these, so maybe it's fine to play. It's a little bit of a different build either way. Like the last 2 cards are not the best versus them, but you have to play something. So Curator, I think we gotta keep this. I mean, it's fine. These are not the best. You wanna save Curator usually. So hopefully you get something else to play. No, the hand is pretty decent still. It's just aggro enough. No, no. Yikes. I wanted to hide it. Okay, that's terrible. No, we're not fast enough. That does help though. I mean, they still need to get their stuff together, so. That wasn't a bad draw. Yeah, so depends what they mill. This is the Gamba. The Gamba versus that deck. It could be really good for us. We're going quite aggressive here. But they need to not mill a demon. Or something similar. Okay, 3 lands is good. No, the demon now. Okay, Curator. Perfect spot. It's good versus that. They could have removal. I think we need both up. Although, what are they bringing back even? Maybe don't attack that turn. 3 cards. When demon is gone, then... And if we remove that, they get something good to bring back. So I don't think we want to attack. No removal, confirmed. I want to play versus Reanimator every day with this deck. Every day, every time. So this is the upside of playing this Gruul list. It has insane matchups. But it does fold to some random control decks, some fringe decks. That's good. So I like this, I like that. Probably just Saga goes here. You don't have guarantee double red. Okay. So there's an issue here, but we cannot do much about it. We need a 3rd land, I think. If they have removal. Oh, I don't know. I like it, but I would want to play versus actually somebody else, like non-lad leaderboard people. to really be convinced. Are people playing Fire Magic main deck? Some are. But they would probably deal with the Elf. I mean, I can go these two. Or I can just go that. This is safer. Okay, so they have one. They play like one or two, but counter would happen here either way. Oh wait, what? That's just a mixture. Just all the Izzet decks in one deck. I'm not sure if I like that or not. Played out super awkwardly. Oh, they went that mode. Oh. That mode. Which is pretty good right now. Bounce or what? Bounce that. Do they play torches as well? No chance they play lessons and torches. I mean, I know they can cook now. I could exalt their yard, but the issue is I'm going to just horrible it here. I'm gonna go that. I don't know, we're kind of really far behind. Something needs to go our way. Yep. Because they would still draw here, but I don't know, it's just, no it's rough. We had the tools to exile stuff. Probably gotta take it. You drew that? Wait, how is that one mana? No, it was two. I just don't see us winning. So this is an Ouroboros, right? We can exile one, but that doesn't change anything. Okay. Sometimes you get there. Sometimes you just pray and get there. Like it's always some different version. This is less control-y, so like that. They probably play Gran. So Burst Lightnings to some degree. I like cutting most of these. Yeah, I mean, we can just deal with something early. I don't think they play Monuments. They cannot play everything. I think they're just lesson-based. Is it prowess or something? And these are questionable. If we go more grindy, if we have removal, like I don't even... We need space for 4 lizards. I guess we don't need these, really. The best scenario is if they play Gran on 1, we bolt it, and then we play a normal game. And then all their pyroclasms are bad because we removed most of the stuff that's weak to them. That's a good hand, I think. Maybe one Saga could be a cut or something. Yep, okay. That's the plan. So usually they can have another one, but I think here you just gotta bolt it. We also saw counter spells. Just giving them free draw this card. Counter, no. Okay, Abrade is better than anything else, because Abrade would deal with Ouroboros potentially. Sucks. Okay. This is one of these hands when we just lose because we didn't hit lands. The hand was great otherwise. 2 cards. They're on 2 lessons. I mean, Lantern buys us all the time. Yeah, so now it's the question of how many do they have. There's one. Yeah, Lantern would do everything for us here. We didn't get it. It's better to... 1 damage, I guess, but it's not even about that. No, I'm always cracking that. I guess if they have fire magic, but they can just do it for 3. So far behind either way. Can pay 2. Wait, that doesn't die? Oh no, wait, it was for 4. Never mind. Never mind. They had it was for 4 for 3 damage. They had everything. Sure. Yeah. Lantern would be too good. Did they keep counter spells? Okay, that's the last one. Only need to beat 7 cards. They can get them back though. Again, Lantern. 1 Lantern. Maybe I need to mull into it. No, we had Curator. You cannot really. You have to keep hands with Curator. So this resolves. Lantern will be probably the best one, what we can get. Okay. Let's bet. I don't want to get the lesson back. So we can deal with their yard before they get the lesson back. If we top deck. Okay. will they have an instant spell? Maybe we just have to risk it here. And then depends, do we play around the... Huh. I mean, I do want to go that. If we get a Lantern, that's insane. Curator, but doesn't exile all of them. Do I have to go for that? Do I have to? I think I have to. I mean, that didn't really change much. We also went through half of our library almost. Didn't find Lantern, unfortunately. I think we just died this turn almost. Close. Go to 5. We can top deck another. That would be good. Okay, so we add mana. Actually, if we top deck a Lantern plus another 1 damage, we're sorta in a good spot. Or just the damage, but no, this is not good enough. Anyhow, we gotta go that. Still no Lantern. Can they somehow lose from this spot? I'm pretty sure no, but I'm pretty sure the answer is no. But maybe they are careless. They're gonna just deal with the lizard and cook further. Yeah. Abrade doesn't do anything. Pick your poison is questionable, actually. I don't think we need it. I don't think we want it. It's only versus talent, basically. Could play both elves still on the play, even if it's fire magic. And sometimes this is good. Like sometimes like a single rabbit can do a lot if they have a lot of targeted removal. I think I actually prefer this setup. I know there's fire magic and all, but everything else is resilient. Well, these are weak versus, but at eight cards. That's I think a keep. Have annoying threats but no graveyard interaction, but I think it's a keep. We're always going lizard on 2. So I think I can lead with Verge. Even if I get like a double green card. Rangran. That's good. Unless they can get enough lessons in. No, I don't think we should. It could matter, but next time we want Ouroboros. If they have mana up, I guess it's better to go that. It's talent. Lizzie already cooking. Wish we had more threats. Need to react, but then they would need 2 spells. But then they use removal and Ouroboros it lives. Oh, this one is tricky. I could bolt it. They need 3 spells for it to live. Could crack the lantern if we have nothing to do. The issue is now Aberrate deals with that, but we have the sanctuary still. This is a tricky situation. I think we pass. 2 lessons. Let's go for it. I think we gotta go for it. We know there's a braid. Yep. Two bolts would punish us, but that also is 5 damage, right? 6 damage. Well, 5 now. 2 damage. 1 they took already. This happens, right? We do it in response and they have another land, they can play Wisdom out. If we do it now, they can cook with Talent too hard. If they have 2 Wisdoms, then it's better to do it now. This is like insane. I don't know. No. You can, but they can do stuff before and then Wisdom, right? Like for instance, they can do X damage spell equal to Lesson to Lizard. Now they have that one. Oh. It's a good one. Okay. I think it's on itself. Because nothing really punishes us. And it dodges that. Well, they could have into the flood mode. Not having Lizard changes this now a lot. But yeah, I'm gonna put it here. For 1. Oh, and that, wow. Okay, then the awkward part is the talents now. The talents make this now really hard. We need to really top kick well. That's a good one. Oh, can we hit? Can we please hit? Because then they cannot deal with it. They're really low. We need to hit here. Can we? Let's go. Wow, let's go, let's go, let's go. That's a good one. They only need a lesson though. I think the non-monument version is better versus us is funny. Okay. So we go here. I should probably take a life. Or I guess I can do it like this. It makes more sense. Awkward situation. I mean, we probably wait with it. They have to remove us. Bro, this game, we got a 4-4 now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 short, but that's good. Oh no, we can make a dragon, but I want to play the curator out. So this first, probably. Oh no, it's not a dragon mode. What am I talking? I know I could go cover. I don't want to get like this needs to like not get countered. But they're really low though. What about fire magic? Probably just pass. This we cannot play out. They're gonna respond to first trigger, but we have 2. This game was crazy. It takes also like a million minutes, a million hours. You're the most annoying one. Great. No, maybe the other one would be better. I mean, for long game, but... No, but it's fine. Either that lives or our board, so... 8, man. Alright, to make a dragon. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. Make a dragon this turn. This expires. Lantern does everything. It gets still grindy and it gets hard. But it's so different when you have a lantern in the mid somewhere before they start cooking. 2 more wins, oh my god. 6 hours in and I'm still not mythic. Hopefully it's the last game. I'm only gonna do one more. If we fail, we fail. Some of games are faster, but apparently today it's all grind. We're also playing versus control the whole day. Or some variants of control. Play first. Keep, I mean, a lot of lands, but decent curve. Like, these are just the Gruul hands that you keep. Gruul versus Gruul. Maybe our list. I don't want to lose to our list. It's not the greatest hand versus that, but I don't want to take life. Otherwise, this next turn... No, it's something different. Maybe a trickier deck. Huh. That's like a combo. That's gonna be impossible to beat. So I guess we pass and hope it doesn't go big enough. We need a removal. A shock would do a lot. Oh yeah, I like what they're doing though. We need to brew that deck. Okay, that's actually good. That's a good draw. What does this do? I think we pass here. Chill. They got lands, that's bad. +3/+3 as a trampling trick that I can imagine them playing. Hexproof, Indestructible, Overgrowth. Or that. That's actually insane. Yikes. +4 mana. Are we dead? I mean, that has trample, so blocking that would be... We're dead. Apparently. Bro! I mean, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do there? Probably not a deck for legend. Player removal. Question is lizards. Are lizards good? They do have high toughness. Maybe. Like, I don't see lizards, but I could also see lizards. It's just that they don't mind going down to like low life if they just kill us, so probably not. Probably no, except that they're high toughness. Oh, bro. Okay, okay. But are these just better than that? From what we've seen, probably, but... Yeah. Yikes. I mean, there has to be a lot of removal, but what are you gonna do? Redirect. It sucks because we don't have... Like, I can play that out, but then we risk it a little bit. Ants would we need? No? Bro, not like that. It's one way to add to the board. This is one way to add to the board. +3. Then that doesn't happen. I think that's good for us. Lesson is still just instant, yeah. I don't know what we're playing against. It's probably just tricks in their hand. Am I that? Another target creature. Not that. Phew. I mean, whale is whatever, I think. Other than maybe good versus that. Maybe 2 lizards still. I mean, it goes both ways with the lizards. But it forces them to use pump spells. High toughness makes me want to play them. But then again... One lucky lizard. Is this too slow? No one drop removal. Okay, 1 drop removal. I think it's just still good to have early creatures because they force them to use tricks. Like you trade basically. They cannot just get free damage in. I'm just gonna try to. Oh, that's good. It's really good actually. I think the burst lightning is better in this matchup. Good question. Do we just go this? Like, it's unlikely that they kill us, but they could. But we could do that. And pass. Man, imagine keeping that. That's fine. Like, this would grow then. That's awkward. What happens if I target that one here? It's pretty much the same because they switch. Probably have to pass. Maybe that's wrong. Man, 2 creatures are annoying here. Oh wait, it works like that. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god. Okay, that was bad. We might lose here. That was bad. And do this. 9 is a lot. And then we just lose to the trick. So maybe that. That was bad, that was bad. I should have done it. We might have had a trick though, but yeah, that was bad. If they have the redirect, we lose if we use that, so we shouldn't probably do that. So just kinda don't do anything. We lose to another one. I kinda missed the interaction. If there's no trample, but if it's redirect, we lose. Because we keep one no matter what. Trample does deal with us. But I mean, trample, wait, 2. Like, it can be only redirection, can be trample. So I think this has to resolve. Like, 1 survives even if we chump. It's fine. Wait. Like this. Oh no, maybe there is a red trampling trick. That's good for us. I mean, that's really good for us. I need to finish the game fast though. Come on, 1 turn. Opal. Whiff. Okay. That's a whiff. I mean, no, we have to go like that. Ooh. Funny is that punt or pseudo punt probably played out better because they had green mana up. I don't know if they had green mana, but they would have indestructible and they would deal more trampling damage. So going to 1 was maybe the winning play there, but I didn't really have an indestructible green trick in mind. Mythic with a brew. In, I think, under. Look at that. Double orange. The orange. I think this is under 24 hours of gameplay. I mean, I streamed for a few days, but yeah, 19 hours of gameplay. And this is the end result. 74%. It dropped today from 80, but we were higher rank. 9-2 versus Izzet. 7-1 versus Reanimator. 5-1 versus Dimir, but somewhere bounces. And then these are the sketchy matchups. Jeskai. Bulgari is fine. Azurius is sketchy. Those are just bad matchups. And the Mono Black. Horrible. Where's Mono Black? Here, 0-2. Somebody asked if this is a competitive deck. I would say it is if you expect these two decks. It's all the meta choice. Usually you cannot beat everything. Some decks are better at that than others, but some decks are better at beating top tier decks. Enough is enough. I need to eat. I need to chill. I need to get off of screen.